The Honolulu Rail project has fallen behind its own timeline in terms of federal funding. Plus, the movie Finding Nemo 3D opened Friday in theaters, but actually finding Nemo, the fish, could be in jeopardy. Those stories are some that our partners at Civil Beat are working on, and joining us live over Skype is reporter Chad Blair. Good morning, Chad.
Good morning, Mahealani.
So the construction of the rail project already delayed. So what's the latest on federal funding?
Well, as you noted, the city's own timetable expected that funding to be well on its way. In fact, we talked to officials with the Federal Transit Administration. The review is still going on at the FTA in Washington, but they tell us, along with our congressional delegation, that they do expect that funding, $1.5 billion, to be secured by the end of the year.
Turning now to some election news, Chad, Colleen Hanabusa and Charles Dejoux are up for a rematch for the U.S. House, but the race is really being overshadowed by other big races, right?
Oh, that is the case. You'll remember 2 years ago, there were two elections for that race because Neil Abercrombie resigned, and there was a three-way contest. Charles Dejoux ended up getting into Congress. It was very competitive. This time around, however, the Senate race is a once-in-a-generation contest between Linda Lingle and Mazie Hirono. You've also got Tulsi Gabbard, her rising star in the CD2 contest. And don't forget the Honolulu mayor's race. So CD1, the rematch between Dejoux and Hanabusa, is on, just quieter than we expected.
And what about the U.S. Senate race? What kind of spending are you seeing between Mazie Hirono and Linda Lingle?
Big time spending. Both campaigns, each of them has spent over $1 million now on television advertising. But what's different now is that you haven't seen as much outside spending, money coming from mainland groups. Remember all those ads from the the National Chamber of Commerce, paying for a lot of Lingle ads earlier in the year? They've disappeared. That's because the Chamber and other groups are watching other Senate contests that are very competitive on the mainland.
And finally, Chad, Finding Nemo 3D. It opened in theaters on Friday, but that orange clownfish is in jeopardy in the wild. And some are wondering, is the popular movie to blame?
Well, I think the movie certainly has given rise to people wanting to get that adorable clownfish in their aquariums. But really the problem has to do with our coral reefs and how they're being threatened by pollution. So an environmental group has asked for the orange clownfish, as long as 7 other fish that are similar, to be put on the endangered species list, and hopefully that will keep Nemo alive for many film generations to come.
Hopefully. And Chad, you know, when you buy a clownfish, it's a saltwater fish, so parents should know that there's a lot of maintenance in that kind of fish, right?
That's a very good thing to point out. I mean, coral reefs are, in fact, in the ocean, not in rivers and lakes. So hopefully they'll remember that.
All right, Chad. And, hey, by the way, I went to the aquarium this past weekend, and they were giving out these orange Finding Nemo 3D glasses. So I'm just showing it off for you. Do you like it?
Well, I do. I hope you get a pair for me, please.
I will try. Thanks a lot, Chad. And you can find the complete stories that we just discussed on civilbeat.com. We're looking pretty sharp with our 3D glasses this morning. It is 6:38. We'll be right back.